Yes, I know you are used to your witch doctor's ways, just like the song says. You gotta be. Okay. So I just put these few, ooh, interesting. Okay. So I have actually been told to just use these few to call Kitti's soul into the plate because she's actually on the board. I thought so. In the previous video that I did of R.Kelly and Demetrius Smith, I kind of felt her. I've just been told that this is her. Okay, I thought so. So anyway, we're just going to call Kitti. Kitti is, I hope, is the female. Well, I have her picture in my face. So even if I'm calling her by the wrong name, I have her picture in my head, not face. I have her picture in my head. Kitti is the DJ who said R.Kelly abused her, locked it up for a couple of days, and then she had to run away to go back to her son, whom she left. That really fucked me up. Okay, that really fucked me up. You know, how do you leave your child to go move in with a man and then you want sympathy from us? But whatever. Okay. Anyway, she was that one who then said when she left, because she didn't want to wear jogging pants. Girl, you could have given me jogging pants. I really love jogging pants. I need more of them. I was actually going to Walmart the other day to buy some. But anyway, she didn't want to wear those kinds of suits or whatever. And he was very controlling and he starved her and she lost a lot of weight. And then she ran away from him, went back to where she came from. And then when she tried to get her stuff from Robert, he beat her. Okay, this is the woman we're talking about. And then she wrote a book about it. And then she was on ABC and all those other channels. It does indeed pay to be brutalized by a famous man. Because I have written 29 books. I have not been on any channel. Okay, so Kitti! And Kitti is in the plate. Kitti is an A++++ gold digger. There are grades of gold digging and standards of gold digging. Kitti is A+++. Kitti is on the A list. Oh God, true story. I might be laughing, but true story. That's exactly what popped out. Okay, her greed for money she has not earned herself. And while she's still in the plate, I can see that she tried to extort R.Kelly of money so that she didn't have to do this. Now, this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't want any grade A+. Gold diggers coming after my coin. Because she's in that business, okay? She is in that business, okay? So this is just metaphysical science. It has not yet been proven, okay? Even though we know it exists and even though we know it's true, okay, it has not yet been proven by science. So, you know, I do not want grade A+++ gold diggers chasing me for my coin, okay? So, you know, this is just what my ancestors see. Okay, Kitti is very aggressive. She's one of those very aggressive females. She's very strong. She can stand on her own 2 feet. And now it makes sense why she butted heads with Robert. Okay, I've been told to take it out of the plate because I've already started. Because she's that strong with soul, right? I'm throwing her over Robert's shells because basically that's where she lived. And interestingly enough, they fell around the shell that's my ancestors. Ooh. Okay. The shell that my ancestors said was Kitti right here. Okay, and what pops up is that Kitti got pregnant by R.Kelly and she aborted. There is an abortion here. She had an abortion because it didn't work. Okay, she was trying to get rid of all the other women who were in R.Kelly's life. Did she know that there were lots of women in R.Kelly's life? Yes, she knew, but she thought she could get rid of all of them one by one. She really thought that she had game. She said she's talking. She says, I thought I had game and I could get rid of them. I thought I was the best that R had ever done because, I was educated. I had my own stuff when I came to him. I was just looking to enhance what I already had. Right. And she is the one who met the girl from the original sex tape. So I'm asking her, I figured I might as well do it right here and now about that girl because she has come out quite a few times and people are kind of like saying that she still lives in the house. So there was, oh my goodness. I don't even need to hover. Okay, girl from the original sex tape, whose name I have completely forgotten and I'm not going to go online to look for her. But I do have her face in my head and that's all you need to pull a soul. I am not pulling her soul though. I am getting messages through Kitti about her. She was a thorn in Kitti's flesh from the very, very beginning. She still lives with R. Okay, so now we got our answer. She still lives with R. She still gets all the rights and privileges. She still sleeps with R. Okay, she was recruited by Drea for R. So there is Drea courted her. This I'm getting from Kitti Soul. Drea courted that little girl for R. And then R pounced when the little girl was ready. There seems to be a thing going on here that both Drea and R used to sleep with these underage girls. Drea would begin, then R would, the hard ones, the ones who were a little afraid of Robert, were intimidated by Robert. And according to the shell that is Kitti, that's what she is telling me. So Kitti stayed. She says Kitti is like Azriel. She says she's more like Jocelyn. Jocelyn is a very tough cookie. Kitti is like Azriel. Not Kitti. The girl from the sex tape is like Azriel. And her parents had no problem with it because they had no money. So she's been living there and she's older. She's still doing what she was doing, but she's also now like den mother, right? So she did not like Kitti. She did not like her. And they butted heads. And Kitti ended up being the one being punished. She was always the one who was punished, right? So when she and Miss Girl on the tape butted heads, Kitti was always the one who was punished. Robert used to think that Kitti was too headstrong and being told to move to Robert. Whoom! Hey, Robert. So I'm being told to move to Robert and hover over Robert because Robert is talking. So Robert is saying that Kitti was too headstrong. She came in there thinking she could control everything and rule everyone and be the first lady. She thought she could take over shit. She could get rid of Drea. She could get rid of all his other girls. And she could actually change his entire lifestyle. okay, to suit what she wanted. She wanted to be the one to conquer Robert. She wanted to be the one to be Mrs. Kelly who cleaned up this man, right? What she got was a stronger Robert than she imagined. So when Robert was going after her, he downplayed his strength. This is a very, 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 very strong man. So he kind of fooled her. He downplayed his strength and she kind of fell for it, right? He fooled her. She fell for it. Get it? So when she was in the midst of it all, it became too much. You know, he became who he is, a real tough motherfucker. And she didn't want to bow down. So there were constant fights between him and her. He says she wasn't happy because she wasn't getting what she wanted. What she wanted was total domination. She thought she could get rid of all the other women and I'd be the only one. She fought with his girls, all of them. My God, this is interesting. The shell that is Robert is denying that Kitti ran away. And I'm kind of inclined to agree because, you know, you run away for dear life. You say, my life is in danger, and you run away. And then you're talking to the same person every day. And then you go to them to say, can I have my stuff back? Then you think about your Chanel bags. Okay, I'm kind of going. He says she didn't run away. He says he insisted she go and take care of her son. Woo! So this shell that is Robert is saying he dumped Kitti. He says, okay. Just slowing it down a little bit because the information is overpowering. Okay. He says he got tired of her and her antiques. And always fighting. He had done everything he could to like make her see that this situation right here for them was permanent. And she just wasn't understanding it and she wasn't realizing it and she was too much. She was upending his home. And she was a grown-ass woman. She didn't need to be there. She was very strong-willed and she wasn't his type. So, he said to her, I think you should go and prepare your child for school, right? Pack your stuff and go. He says, yes, he deliberately made sure that she left all the expensive stuff because why should she have all the stuff that he bought her? Because she'd be nothing but a headache to him. So he did check her suitcases to make sure that she wasn't taking shit that he bought her, right? Because by that time, he really hated her. So she left thinking she was going to come back. Okay, girls, doesn't this make more sense? Makes more sense to me. She left thinking she was going to come back. She left thinking that he would still be, there. Then Robert told her when she left that she wasn't coming back. He says he gave her money to start a new life. So the story about how I didn't have money, he denies that. She's replying. She says it wasn't enough. Not for what I'd done for you. I'd become a lesbian for you. It wasn't enough. You have all those sex tapes of me. If you pull them out, I'm ruined. It wasn't enough. Okay, so she says the money wasn't enough. So anyway, he is saying that she was the one who used to call him. Whenever he called, it was just to make sure that she wasn't up to no good and she wasn't bringing trouble to him. But she wanted to come back. She begged him to come back. Is this true, Miss Kitti? She says, yes, it's true. I wanted to go back. I thought, I'm not a quitter. I don't quit. So he says, she came into the bus. We're in the bus now. She came onto the bus and she fought and she screamed. I'd actually brought some of her things. And she said some really ugly shit about my women. And they were on the bus. And there was no way I could give her her stuff. And there was no way I could not protect and defend my women. So, I hit her. I hit her hard. And I told her I never wanted to see her again. But she continued to call me all the same because she wanted to come back. Hold on. Girls, have you noticed a trend with R.Kelly and his women? None of them wants to leave him. Not one. Have you noticed that? None of them. Okay. Kitti says my life was ruined. I had to abort because he didn't want a kid with me. He didn't want any kids at the time. I did some things that could land me in prison under the sexual abuse label, and I did them for him, and I didn't even enjoy them. And then he just throws me out like trash. He just throws me out like trash. And I never got over it. So I'm like, what about your son? That's my question, because I'm a mama bear, okay? I'm just a mama bear. I just think you can do what you want to do out there, but be a mama, you know? She says, what about him? Okay. I'm not going to ask any more after that because there's absolutely nothing to ask when a mother says, what about him? Okay, so she's talking again. She says, there's a hierarchy in Robert's house. There is a hierarchy. There are females at the top, females in the middle, and females at the bottom. The females at the bottom are fed to other men. They are made to do things. They really live a terrible life. They really suffer because you're at the bottom. The middle, where I was, it's half. You don't really get the best of everything. You just get, you get a room, you share a bathroom, that's the middle. The top, where the girl who was urinated on lives, and Azriel lives, and Jocelyn lives, they have their own suites. They have their own suites. They have their own thing going on. They have their own everything. They are living the luxurious lifestyle. So to begin with, I was very bitter that Robert would put me in the middle, but at least I wasn't at the bottom where everybody would just be having sex with me. I'm asking about the girl who shaved her head. Hold on. Who dressed like a boy? Dominique. I'm asking her about that because she seems to know all her fucking competition. She's like in their business the way we are in hers right now. That was another one. That's what she just said. A special case. Robert's special case. Robert had never had a girl who was like that, who was transvestite, because that's what she is. Robert had never had a girl like that, so she was a special case. She also got a suite, and she also got to live. Oh, her suite was right next door to Jocelyn's suite. And she regrets leaving, and she goes back and forth to this day because she was spoiled. See, like I said, there was a hierarchy. There is a hierarchy in Robert's life. There are those females who are very spoiled, hardly ever get punished, but they make sure that everybody else gets punished because when they complain, shit goes down. But when you complain about them, nothing happens to them. Robert laughs and calls them his baby mamas. He says, these are my baby mamas, my future baby mamas. So, you hold a special place in his heart because he is fantasizing that you might have kids with him because you are worthy of having kids with him. Then there were females like me who were just middle of the road, and we were too ambitious, too strong, too old as far as Robert was concerned. Even though Robert doesn't really have an age difference. Robert fucks everything from 13 to 65. Robert is into women and everything, So I guess it was my strength. He didn't like that. And it was the fact that I wanted to climb the ladder because I'm ambitious like that. Then, like I said, they are really, really those girls. You're all talking about the girls who live in the suites. None of you are talking about the girls who live in the really bad places. She won't say. I mean, she like gave me a vision of like a dungeon-like thing, but I think she's just being sarcastic. So I guess they just lived like in a boarding house of some kind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think she's just being sarcastic because nobody has dungeons in this day and age. Nobody. So, what happens to the dungeon girls? Well, it's a competition, isn't it? That's her replying. It's a competition, isn't it? You fight to get to the top. There were those who never started from the bottom, and there were those who started from the bottom. That's just the way it is. How does Robert differentiate? I'll ask that question to Robert. So, Robert, how do you decide where females start? Oh. Okay. The females at the bottom are not mine. They are other people's that I'm just looking after. They are not mine. I don't even have nothing to do with them. They are not mine. They are just living there, but they are not mine. They are somebody else's. It's like room and board, really. They are not mine. And the ones who own them, they come to visit. They are not mine. So since they are not mine and I don't provide for them, I mean, you know, the one who's providing and the one who's doing whatever with them, you know, should be providing a better lifestyle. I provide for mine. I really provide for mine. But these are not mine. So who are these? I'm slowing down info. Sorry, people. It's going to be a while until I can control this juicing of my gifts. Other men and women who like that sort of thing and who can't keep them, I'm dying. They can't keep them and they're also in our industry, and I can because, you know, I'm like that. So, you know, they come visit, but they're not really visiting me. They're visiting what belongs to them. You know, they're not mine. And I'm always about saying to them, you should improve their living conditions, but they leave them there to live the way they want them to live, right? My girls are good. My girls have sweets and shit. My girls have Chanel bags, and my girls look good, and my girls get their hair done, and my girls get their nails done, and my girls get to go wherever they want, however they want, because I'm that man. I don't want to hold anyone a prisoner. I want to be loved. My girls love me, you know, and it's also good for my girls to see how the others take care of their girls. At the end of the day, none of us chased these girls. Their parents came to us. Okay, I'm checking the time because I just want to do 30 minutes. Okay, we've got 7 more minutes. Okay, so now, Kitti, is your book doing well, girlfriend? I think it must be. Yes, it is. She's very happy. It's going to be made into a movie. No, you had rights to. She had rights to a movie. One of my books is also like that. Across the Realm, I have rights to a movie by a Korean company, a filmmaking company. That's basically what she's saying. I'm not really seeing her movie being made, but you know, let me just put it out there. I'm not seeing. I see the rights to the book for a movie, but I'm not really seeing the movie being made. But you know, it takes 7 to 8 years, right? So it's possible. I'm still waiting for my movie to be made, but it takes 7 to 8 years, and I just got it last year, right? So we'll see. But not now, not right now. No, it will be a little while because there's no funding for it as yet. And whoever wants to make a movie out of this wants to make a movie out of Azriel, Jocelyn, and Dominique. They don't want to make a movie out of her. Just saying. So if she watches this, I'm just letting her know. Okay, just saying, your story is not as exciting, but there are portions of your book, Miss Kitti, that they want to add into this all-encompassing story about these other three girls who are famous for being with R.Kelly, and that is why they did that with your book. Just letting you know. Okay, so Robert, are you worried that you shall be betrayed by any of your women? No. The tapes that are coming out were stolen by a man. I ain't worried. The men are the ones who have turned out to be treacherous to me, not the females. But you know, nothing much is really going to happen because we're all doing the same thing. They have to find a clean tape, a clean recording, where I am the only one doing what I'm doing and they say they have one now. Are you afraid of going to prison? Yes. I don't want to go to prison for something that was consensual. I'm going to try and prove that the girl on the tape was over 18. Because sometimes we play these games where I would make the girls say they were younger than they actually were. That's what I'm going to try and prove. Okay. So I guess we got a lot of questions answered here by Kitti. I think it's Kitti. I'm going to look her up again, her name again, so that when I label this this reading, I'll have the right female. But she's the DJ who wrote the book and then went all over the place selling it, right? Oh, I'll ask one question. How true is your book, Kitti? Well, I kind of know that it's not all true because Robert rebutted most of what she said. And she's saying, well, this is her answer. It's not as if Robert is going to say otherwise. He's not going to publicly say otherwise. So yeah, I'm going to stick to the fact that my book is true because he's not going to come out and say otherwise. When I read that book, I knew he wasn't going to say or do anything. Okay, he owes me. He owes me because I put my life on hold thinking that I was going to a better life. And it turned out that he wanted to keep all his hoes and make us all do stuff. You know. And all he did was punish me. He punished me more than he had sex with me. And when I got pregnant, he said he wasn't feeling it. He wanted me to abort because I wasn't at baby mama stage. So yeah. So yes, so now you know that only certain females can have children with Robert. You have to be special to have his kids because he doesn't play that. So you have to be on the baby mama wing with the private bathrooms and the pampering. Okay. And for this sister right here, I'm going to end it. Okay, at least we got answers about the others. I didn't realize that this journalist here, because that's what she really is, had all the info. Alrighty, I'm going to see who I can read again, but I might actually end it here so that I can do, because this is Black History Month, I can do ancestral communing for you, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to play music to give my ancestors a break before we go on to somebody else.